will do like a 30-minute ad or a 30-second ad, whereas with Prime and Disney Plus, it's a 2 to 3 minute ad, and those are pretty invasive. So the question is, how invasive are they going to be, and also how costly is it going to be to not be in that ad tier?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, well, I look at it like this. For example, if they did Xbox right now, they're doing the Xbox 25, right? So my caveat would be, all right, do the Xbox 25 stuff, do the Fanta commercial, do the trolley commercial, because they got a thing with trolley with Forza. You know what I'm saying? Make it make sense. Resident Evil, like they got the new Resident Evil trailer they just dropped at Comic-Con.
All right, hold on, DJ. Now I got everything started. Let's restart again. We're on YouTube now. We're on Apple's Music and Spotify. It's your boy Hero Beast. We've been streaming all day. Bobby's been streaming all day. Brad's in the building. We got DJ Killzone in the building, y'all. I've been getting my ass kicked in Pokemon Champions all day long, and then I also did a Fortnite stream where I did 3-peat. So shout out to Nelly, shout out Panda, shout out what's his name, Plans. Everybody that pulled up to that stream, I appreciate you guys. You guys were all there. And we ended up getting like 9,000 something likes on the TikTok too, by the way. This week we got a lot of stuff to talk about. There's a lot of things going on. I mean, it's not that many things in like exciting things, but I do have something exciting, and I know Bobby's gonna take it away. So, guys, intros. Go ahead, DJ. Go ahead, Bobby.
You go first. You go first, Bob.
All right, Bob. Yeah, we talk about video games. We enjoy video games. We talk about a lot of different things here and there. But if you want to find me on YouTube, you can find me under Bobby87. And if you want to find me on here, you can find me under BobbyHawk87. And
And Bobby's been streaming for like 6 hours, y'all. So y'all go check it out. I don't know because I didn't see, but I for some reason I don't know why his notifications don't show. But I'll definitely pull up and show some love to him.
Oh, it's all good.
Go ahead, DJ.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Big Killzone on your phone. Money still on, team is forever, ever strong. And I'm over here playing tech support right now. But anyway, yeah, what's up with it, y'all? DJ Killzone Jones in the building. Chilling on this Thursday night. You know, it's time for the podcast.
Yes.
So let's get back. You shout out to Brad, Xbox Brand, and always coming through showing love. So let's get back to what we was just talking about.
Yep, go ahead.
So Bobby and Brad brought up the whole Xbox ad thing, which I'm not too mad about if they actually implement, if they actually do it in a way that makes sense. So you got Xbox products, you got gaming products, you got gaming adjacent stuff like, you know, Spider-Man's coming out, you know what I'm saying? Wolverine, well, not Wolverine, but yeah, Spider-Man's coming out. You got, well, they don't got Marvel SoCon, so I got to think of something else. Well, Halo, you got the TV show, you know what I'm saying? You got the events and stuff they can promote, and then they can have like, you know, they can have like, hey, this sponsored by Pepsi or something like that. As long as they keep it gaming focused and not just regular ad focused, like if they do, I forget what anniversary, if like an anniversary of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic comes up, or one of the original Xbox games, then, you know, if they got a movie or they got a sequel coming out, right, then you can kind of promote that. You don't have to.
What? All right. So how does it work though?
Well, they're gonna just play it. They're gonna do game streaming. So when you log into Xbox,
is it gonna be like Mixer, like how they had Mixer before?
No. So it's gonna basically be like this, right? When I say game streaming, I mean actually being able to play games without having Xbox Game Pass. So you can log into your your Xbox or on PC or wherever you could, log into your Xbox account. So your phone, ROG Ally, whatever you could do cloud streaming on your MetaQuest.
So streaming, so like, all right, cloud streaming basically.
Yeah. So basically, the sentiment is they're gonna start doing this. I think they got the idea from. Well, they've been testing it, but they got the idea from EA because EA has been kind of kicking that around. And wasn't PlayStation doing the same thing for a while, and then the other company OnLive was doing the same thing also? Because they was both doing. They did live. Street Fighter was doing it. Street Fighter was doing it for stuff that was in game. So if they had an Evo or a Kumite in Tennessee or a CEO, or they had a DLC or whatever, that was what they had in the loading screen. So these ads would have to be like, say if you racing in Forza, you would have to like put them in, like you playing Forza, you're gonna be able to I guess you're gonna put them in Forza. You basically every race you'll have, or every other race you'll have an ad or a loading screen. Say you fast travel, you'll get an ad or something like that, and then it'll put you back into the game. So my thing is, I don't want no condom wrapper or something crazy,
I mean, but you might need that though. Some people need that. You might need that, bro. I mean, I'm just saying, you might want to get an advertisement for that.
No, but it's like they had this is the same thing they were saying. Like Brad was just saying, like if you're gonna do the longer ads, like all right, play the 2K can put an ad in there, or EA can put an ad in there, or Minecraft, whatever. Like I'm just.
So are the games free to play then?
Yes, because they're gonna have ads in there.
Yeah, you have to watch maybe like a 2-hour ad.
What games are supported this though?
You can only play it for 1 hour though.
Okay, so what I've been hearing is that right now what they're going to be branching into is into the streaming space and then having ads in it. The question is, how far is it going to branch off from that? Because that's never like the end point, right? They have an end point. The question is, that's just an intro point, because it was being talked about a long time ago, and I think it was even mentioned on this podcast, or it might have been on Direct Gaming, where I'm on all the time. But it was mentioned about the ad system, tier system that was coming into play, and it's just a question of how much and how far they're going to go.
All right. So one question I got though, Brand. What question I got though? Since you got to stream it, are you guys comfortable with streaming games right now? Because I still remember streaming games on OnLive and PS5. I don't care what it is. It's always not been a good thing to me for me to stream those games.
For those streaming, that's going to be very helpful. But for
if
me,
you got the internet speed for it,
I'm not going to get it because I don't need it.
Right.
I'll say this: I played it. Like in certain games, like I'm gonna try one right now just to see.
I mean, look, hold on. Because I literally stream on PlayStation. I literally tried the cloud thing on Nintendo. I literally tried it on Steam, and I literally tried it on OnLive back in the day. Cloud gaming's not for me, bro.
It just depends on if you playing it where you playing it. Hardwired, like how were you playing?
I was playing it hardwired on everything. It doesn't matter if it's hardwired or not. You notice the lag. I always notice the lag on cloud gaming.
If you're playing a multiplayer game, yeah, but if you're playing like
I was playing the older PS3 games on PS5, right? Like Killzone and Resistance and stuff like that. I played those games on PS5 with the lag. It had a big ass lag.
Like, can you stream it from the PlayStation 3 catalog?
Yeah, but I did that from the PlayStation 3 catalog because the PlayStation 3 catalog streaming-wise should be way less bandwidth than me doing it from a PS5 game. So that's why I did it to test it out with a PS3 game, and it just in general, I don't like cloud gaming at all. I can't see myself with the input lag and the latency. Depending on the game, and then the quality. So even if you hardwired, it's all server based, right? If you're connected to a server wherever you at, and the server dips in speed, your quality, your image quality drops. So like,
if you got it was a girl that I was dating. She had fiber.
yeah.
And we was playing, like, if you got fiber, it's not that bad. Like, right now, I'm loading up the back rooms, and it's taking a little second.
Let me tell you something about fiber. So, not to cut you off, DJ, but I have to say something about that. I was a technician for DirecTV, AT&T, Optimum, Comcast up here, right? And Optimum was doing fiber. I know exactly how fiber works. They, instead of using a coaxial with a copper inside the wire, they use glass inside of this thick, crazy, bendable wire thing. It does not matter. The only thing that fiber does is stop the interruptions from like the neighbor. Like, so for example, if you're guaranteed 200 megabytes from the tap, you're guaranteed 200 megabytes. If you're guaranteed 100 megabytes, there's no interruption with that. The problem doesn't lie from there. The problem lies from the server where the tap is coming from. You understand what I mean? That wire, that city, whatever city you're in, is tapped into that server, is tapped into whatever that thing that is feeding that tap that's going into your house. If that has a problem, no matter if you're on fiber or not, that's it. The only thing that fiber stops is if little Timmy down the street is streaming like crazy, the bandwidth doesn't stop because it's a faster speed because it goes through the glass versus going through a copper wire. But it's the same thing either way. Because it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really interfere in anything. But
Ain't that little Timmy?
Yeah, little Timmy from wherever little Timmy is at. He's streaming what they call that for kids now? Brain rot videos where they just go watch some the craziest things in the world, and they watch that and they just stream. Not even Roblox. It could be Toom. This is the thing called Toom CR or Cappuccina, whatever her name is. I can't remember. All these brain rot things, and they go and watch that stuff, and they stream that stuff all day in 4K. In super mega 4K. So
right now I'm streaming into the back rooms. And I ain't having no issues right now. So I'm gonna try not to die. So because you don't
take a video of it. Take a video of it.
Yeah. Well, hold on. I'll do I'll do a capture on her if I can.
So I mean, it sounds like that's a good idea for people who want to like play the game for free. I don't know what games are going to be there, if every game's going to be available on there or not.
Probably just be Xbox first party games,
that's cool, and I'm cool with that. That's fine. If they got the ads in there, I mean, I wouldn't want no ads in there, and I know Brad wouldn't want no ads in there, especially if you got the system and you got Game Pass already. You won't want none of that shit.
Well, I mean, it'll be good for people who are like for kids and stuff like that, because how back in the day that you couldn't afford, like, we grown, so it's like
it's different. It's different.
It's different. So we can, if we want a budget for a game, we can. But I think it would be better because then the kids that are playing the game, right, or who want to play different games, that's the reason why Roblox, Call of Duty, all that stuff was going so hard, was because you already are like you don't have access to so many games. So if you getting, let's just say you get 2K, and I'm already seeing it with people that I know, even with these mobile games, Minecraft or other games like that, there's games as a service. It's easy to spend $5, $10, $20 on the game, and with us, with Fortnite, like I ain't even ashamed to say, but I didn't put in a lot of bucks on there.
Right. I mean, but then again, these are the games that a lot of the studios, especially Sony, wants to have on their arsenal and have exclusive, right? They want that type of game in their arsenal. But once the developers start chasing those games, that's when or the studios, the major studios, that's when we see the decline in gaming because look, we went the whole PlayStation generation without a game from Naughty Dog because they was trying to develop a multiplayer game. Right now, you got Interstellar, Intergalactic, whatever the damn game's called. They're trying to get that started. Look up everything that they try to do. They've been trying to do live service. The only one that hit, the only one that stuck was Helldivers, right? We got robbed of many games that could have been or they could have took that developer cost for those other games and put it towards something else, and actually had a better generation than what we had right now. But you know, I get what we're saying about those type of games and the money because for the kids, I just literally played Fortnite with 2 kids, and the only games they play is Fortnite. Their parents probably don't got the money to go pay for new games and all that because the games is expensive, but everything is expensive, and then it doesn't matter what it is at the end of the day. Everything's expensive, no matter what it is. So gaming will be the first thing because the game is a luxury, right? So that's the first thing they cut out. To me personally, growing up with a PS2, PS1, PS3, Xbox, the Xbox 360, GameCube, Wii, all of that. I buy my game. I play my game. There's no advertisements in the game. There's no lag. I don't need internet and none of that. There's a lot of places where people don't got good internet. And I'll tell you right now, being in Jersey, New York area, there's a lot of places in the suburbs in Jersey where they're still on dial-up. They're still on, you know, and then they got like laws, like local laws. Yeah, regular broadband. They got laws that they can't get those like Verizon and Comcast, Optimum, whoever you got, whatever. The still, I forgot what it was down south when I had. I think it was like CenturyLink and shit. They can't get none of that stuff. So those people are screwed unless they went and they brought you know, the game physical or digital, whatever, however they got it. So let's move on to the next topic because I like that topic, but there's another thing that Xbox did that I actually really like. They did the backwards compatibility for PC games. How do we feel about that? I'm gonna let Brad take that away because I know that he knows about that more than me. If he's still here, I don't know if he's still here or not.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
As far as the 4 games that they've taken and brought through the backwards compatibility program, I think it's a good effort for them to start working on that backwards compat library. There's a lot of games that need to come over.
What's some games that you would want?
There's a lot more yet that we still need to get into, but those games, they're not like heavy hitters, but it is showing that they're making the way. So we just need to have them be working more popular titles. And I get it. There's licensing involved on a lot of them that they can't bring over. So we just have to, you know, wait and see which ones that they're going to bring. But at least this is a good step forward for them to do that. But I hope they don't waste too many resources and then suddenly get into another financial crisis situation.
I don't think they would, though.
Strip things down.
I don't think they would because, I mean, for backwards compatibility, most games already run. Most of those games already run on PC regardless. It's just going to be off the Xbox side of things. So I think...
Yeah, and then you got to think, too, Brand, it's like you got a lot of those games, you know, for right now, because I'm going to pull up the ones that they already...
They got them on Steam already, so most of them already running on Steam.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but this is what I'm saying, too. You got to think about the back catalog that they got.
Well, isn't it just for the PC backwards compatible?
Well, no, they had it on whatchamacallit. So it's the first party title. So some of these games, yeah, they had them on PC, but a lot of them, like right now, they got Conker's Bad Fur Day. Well, no, Live and Reloaded. So that's like the remake that they brought over to Xbox original. Mm-hmm. So like right now, they had, like they said, all the original Xbox games that you own. So like, let me see here. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's go to Xbox. And I'm gonna go to games. Okay, hold on. Let me go to the store real quick. So, and I'm gonna test it out in a minute. So I should be able to play right now. Go down my library right now. Let's see which ones I got. I got Armed and Dangerous. I I got, let's see, I should have Ninja Gaiden Black. I got Blinks. I got Black. I got I got a few other ones. I got Cold War. I got Crimson Sky. So I'm actually gonna take my Raw Ally out, test it out, and I'm gonna let y'all know in just a minute how that works. But basically, if you have anything that's on the Xbox store, you should be able to play. And the ones they added Picture Frenzy, Grab by the Booties, and stuff like that. That's, and Conquers. Conquers, I think, is the new game they just put up there.
Okay.
They got Bad Birthday in the Rare Collection. So we're gonna have to see how it goes, and I'm gonna get on my PC and see how it goes because I got a few of them. What it is, I might even make a video about it.
I bet.
I feel like it's a step in the right direction. We talk about the healing. So I want to ask Brad, do you think that Xbox can kind of steal that momentum? Because now
I'm gonna say real quick, they ain't making no Halos with a disc drive.
Yeah, that's a good option.
Look. Now, again, from what I'm hearing, there is going to be an external drive that you can buy, but it's not going to be ported out as like the Xbox is making that drive. That's going to be a subset. And the reason for it is because there's not as much attention to it, and really in the Xbox community, that, to be honest, we were already moving out of that realm a long time ago. We did that long before PlayStation did. And as a matter of fact, 90% of games that are bought on Xbox are all digital. And so,
but Brad, you still got. This is where I gotta give Xbox kudos, is because when they put a game out, they do a limited run of physical on Xbox. For come on first party, they do a limited run physical run, and once that's done, it's done, right? So they said they were doing all digital, but in reality, they still print the disc for the hardcore game, and I can see them doing that with this. It's like for whatever the next Halo is, it's like, all right, we don't.
like DJ, think about this. The numbers are just not verifying, right? They're not really working in the favor of those that want to get the physical copy of the game. I'm not saying that it's not something that people don't want, but there's not enough of them. If there was, there would have been a long time ago. But they had less than 100,000 people. It was, from what I heard, it was calculated by close to about
PlayStation,
yeah,
but I think that's engineered though.
10,000 people that had said that they were cutting their service on their online to be able to show Sony that it mattered to them. And you know what? Sony just laughed because it's not enough. You have to have in the millions say, I am not going to do this. You're going to change back. If you don't, I'm not bringing my services back. That's what will make a change. But they're not going to do that.
No. I'm not even talking about PlayStation. I'm talking about Xbox.
They're not coming back. Their libraries are already solidified where they're at. It's just like people who have Apple phones and people who have Google phones. If you bought a bunch of apps,
He's right. That's true.
you're not going to go and buy the opposing brand just so you can spend out and shell out that money to buy all those single services that you may like, those games that you may like, just so you can play those all over again on that different brand. That's why people get stuck on these things, man. It's you're glued into the ecosystem, and that was a smart way to go. And that's why Sony has won the console generation, because now they're stuck. The question is, you have to because they play.
But how many people are gonna do that?
Exactly. They're not going to do that. They know that.
I do it because I'm a.
Why am I going to lose my 350 skins just to go over to Xbox? They're not.
But you don't have. But see, the truth is, if you have an Epic account, you set your Epic account up to take your account everywhere you go.
But
So
DJ,
you can go.
you're a smart cat though. Think about these other kids.
They're not doing that. They're not gonna do that. They're not doing that.
These are Baltimore kids, man. They don't care. They don't have no PCs. Most of these cats are playing on a console, and they ain't playing on no PC. They ain't going, oh, let me go and switch this up here and move this thing. I ain't gonna do that.
Because I do that with. But I'm saying Epic actually makes you click through the Epic account, and that's why they start doing the skins on the. It's starting to happen because I'm noticing, like around my area, a lot of the kids have win PC. There's another girl that I used to date. Her son is about to start.
Love Island DJ edition, y'all.
So. No, it ain't even a little line.
7 years ago.
No, this wasn't even my girlfriend. The one I was telling you about the fiber, that was me and her was dating. We never was in a relationship. And then the other one, I was dating her. We was never in a relationship and never really even got serious. So, but her
Well, if you cuddle, and you hold each other, that's a relationship.
Oh God.
Even if
Oh God.
So what I'm saying is, shout out to SDL Kid, like he been one of my longest running subscribers, like, but he likes when I play Fortnite, like he's a Fortnite player, he's a Roblox player, he's in that younger demo, but he wants to get into a PC, he can't do it right now, so they got an internet cafe in the neighborhood that he goes to, from time to time. And he's starting to realize, these accounts can be linked up. And they've been advertised. But you're right, though. Most of them ain't going to do it. They're going to look up and figure it out and be like, I can take this with me. Same thing with Ubisoft. I got my Ubisoft hooked up to my Xbox account. I even got my Keymailer hooked up to my. All of this stuff is hooked up to all of them accounts. EA, everything. So, I don't even know you can get Ubisoft Plus and pay separate for that and play all them Ubisoft games that you don't have to go buy over and over and over again at full price.
True.
So,
all right, so since we talked about that, right? I want to ask you guys. This is gonna be the next topic, right? This is also an Xbox topic. How are we feeling about Bethesda and their direction going forward with Elder Scrolls, and they're remaking Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, and it's also apparently supposed to be a prequel going forward, because we didn't talk about it the other day, but the other day Xbox did talk about No. They're making a prequel to 3. They're making a prequel to 3. I just seen it earlier.
There's the third 3 in New Vegas. Yeah.
New Vegas is making remakes for those.
The prequel for 3 is gonna be at is it Ready Rock? I forget the name of it, but it's gonna be at 76 basically.
Well, all right. Well, I'm looking at an article right now that says I'm gonna pull it up. Fallout 3 prequel in development, right? So that's what it says for that one. And then also we already know about the remake.
You gotta go to the website.
Yeah, I'll go look at it. But either way, how are we feeling about Bethesda right now? Because right now, I mean, you feel like it's about damn time about Bethesda.
The best things they've done, and it has nothing to do with pushing them towards making games, because I think that's usually the wrong way to go. Because if somebody doesn't want to make a game of one particular type, they're not going to put their passion into it, so you're not going to get a great product. Now, the problem that I have is that Bethesda has been horsing around with Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls series, for way too long. It's been 15 years.
I mean, it's the same thing Grand Theft Auto did.
Grand Theft Auto has been out for it was
Since
13
PlayStation 3. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
13 years, and that game's got more hype than any Elder Scrolls game. And you're telling me that you took 15 years? Come on, guys.
Hold on, Brad. But let's say this. Let's say this, right? It did take that long for them to do these games, right? But playing Skyrim on PS3, running at sub 30 FPS, a lot of glitches, bugs, right, etc. Okay, now the game came out on Switch. Obviously, they want to spread that game out as much as possible. Then the game came out on next generation on PS4 and all of that, and the game ran at 60 for most. Yeah, but I'm getting to that. But it ran at mostly 60 FPS, and then whatever. Then it came out on PS5, Xbox Series, and now I got the foot. Basically, it caught up to the PC versions of the game, because the PC version of the game was doing that back in PS3 generation, PS4 generation. So now we're just getting that game on console now, running at the PC spec that it was supposed to without the mods. I don't think PlayStation had the mods and they took it out. I think they took it out, something like that. Something happened with that. I think
it's also selling. This is the thing about it.
That's the thing, yeah.
Skyrim was the first GTA 6. It was Skyrim, then it was
GTA 5.
GTA, and then it was The Witcher 3. You know what I'm saying?
And Mass Effect. Don't forget Mass Effect too.
The point is, it should not be taking this long for a legendary series that is really you're milking the cow, and that's what he has done. They've resold Skyrim 7 freaking times. 7. And the game has sold tremendously well. But 7 freaking times? Come on, man.
Hold up, DJ, real quick, Brad.
I think they put all the cookies into Starfield and they fucked
That all right? So no. I think that too, but how long does the Bethesda games take to develop? That's the question we gotta ask.
Based on past circumstances, it's always been a 5-year interlude, and that's where we should be getting a game in between. The problem is that they're running also the ESO and they're running Fallout 76, which is stretched their resources thin.
The live service, yep.
Yeah, the live services, but again, those are cash cows, right? So that's what Microsoft has. That's the reason that they're never going away. Everyone seems to think, oh, well, they just become a publisher. That's not true. They're making too much money. They are a cash cow. They've got all the businesses that make them successful. This is why Sony wants to run live service games. All the live service games do very well. Even if you only get maybe even 20,000 to 30,000 people per month that are playing, that's still 20 to 30,000.
And you didn't have to do anything besides all the money's already spent on the game already. So.
And for roughly to run a server, it can cost upwards of $1,000 a month. But if you have one game on the server, that's not true. You probably have about 300 or 400 games on that server. So for $1,000 for one server, you got all those games that all these people can access all over the place, and that's how much money they're spending. So it's a great cash flow business, and they were smart in doing it. That's why they haven't shut down Bungie entirely, because they don't have to. That 20,000 people that they got playing, it's still 20,000 people, and it will continue to propagate money.
All right.
If they can build business, it'll do well.
So why?
Down to the brass tacks, make the freaking Elder Scrolls game that everybody loves. Make the Fallout game that everybody loves. Now, I love Starfield. Everyone knows that I have over 2,000 hours in that game. But the point is, if that's not making the cash cow money, then you got to drop it and go with what works and make the money. And then you can make those.
Starfield, they said it was working and percolating. So it was working and percolating. So
I think it makes a great amount of money. It's just a question of is it going to be their focus? And based on what we're hearing from Ash Sharma, is that what they're going to do is they're going to, and based on their letter, was that they're going to continue to fund Starfield. It will be a modder's paradise for a long time, and that sadly probably we won't see no brand new game within 15 years. But we will see the Fallout games. We'll see these remakes come out. We'll see all because it's bringing in cash flow money. They saw that with when they released Elder Scrolls 4.
Oblivion,
Yeah, Oblivion. That just blew out.
They needed a remake for that though.
Oh yeah, and it looked great, and it worked fantastic. I love the game. I put up quite a few hours into it. But again, want the new Elder Scrolls. It's probably the most anticipated game I'll have outside of games like Fable and E-Day and other games that are just really hitting the kettle. And my hope is, and I don't know if it will be or not, but I'm hoping that they will go exclusive on it. It's just going to matter of where we're sitting on the pendulum with people moving over. If we're still seeing continuous growth, like they saw 86% growth, then we will see a shift. Then they'll say, you know what, there's a reason. We now have the numbers to prove that, hey, this means something to the community. They will come to play these games, and then you will see a shift. It won't be the old cats. Those cats already have their accounts, but you will see new cats. You will see these kids that will be coming in, and they'll be playing those newer games. They're the ones that we have to hit right now. They're the ones that we have to get attached to the Xbox series of consoles, because you're going to be able to get your Fortnites for free. Those are just part of the business. So you can get those games on anywhere, but you got to start them off on Xbox, because once they're locked in, they're locked in. Then let them start to slowly pay in, and that is when you can build your library, and that is when you can start building your new generation.
All right, so look, listen. Also, Xbox sales more than doubled in June, and the PS5 and Switch 2 dropped. So Xbox is doing something right when it comes to hardware. So, which is, I mean, but like you got to figure this out. And you know, I'm not a console warrior. I don't give a damn. Xbox, PlayStation, I love them all. It don't matter to me. Xbox sales more than doubled in June, and Nintendo Switch sales dropped, and then also PlayStation sales dropped. Right? They've been high. Those sales with PlayStation and Switch 2 have been high so long. So even if they drop and Xbox goes up, what will be the reason why Xbox sales will go up? Number one. Number two, is it the Xbox Series X system or S? Because they count them as both. So
Yes. So
86% jump.
The good point is that the price value went up for the Xbox. We all know that the value of cost for the game system went up. But people have now started to buy, right? Because it would have been the same report if it had been going negative, right? It would have been, oh, this is just normal for Xbox. Their hardware is just declining. It's no big deal. 30-40% negative from last quarter or whatever, last year. It was just down 30%, whatever. And it would have just been, the day is normal. But now that it's 86% positive and Sony and Nintendo on the negative side, it's like, oh, wait a minute, the tide is turned. Why? And that's a good question that you raised. Why did it turn?
You know what?
Why is that?
Is it the angst against Sony?
It's because of the physical disc. That's why they went and they jump shipped and went to Sony.
It's
I mean Xbox. I don't think so entirely. It has to be something else. You know what I think it is? I think it's a combination of Gears of War E-Day and Halo coming out.
I seriously, honestly believe, like you just said, E-Day is the kicker.
I think it's those two.
The only thing that has changed, and if you go anywhere watching ad systems, E-Day is everywhere. They are postering on walls. They're putting on subways. It's everywhere. Xbox.
Well, they probably got all the people back who sold their Xbox because they thought the Xbox was dead, so they're probably coming back to Xbox.
That's possible.
But why? But another question is, why do people do that stupid shit? If you bought a system and you sell it for another system, the only justification I can give it, right, is back when the PlayStation Network was down and people wanted to play Call of Duty bad and they couldn't play it on PlayStation for like months and months and months. Then you switch over to an Xbox. Okay, cool, whatever. What is your reason for you doing something like that?
Because this is the thing. People ain't got the money like that. They
Xbox costs, if you want the equivalent of a PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X costs more than a PS5.
Yes.
And then the PS5 Pro costs more than everything else.
But that's what I'm saying. But it's still, here's the thing though. So it's still a thing of, I want to get this game. So like Brand said, they want to play Gears of War E-Day. The people are pissed off at Sony. You probably gonna get $300. So you knock it back down to the regular price, and then you get a used Series X that's like $400.
Here's a thought. So we all know that the biggest games coming is going to be selling soon, and the cheapest entry is what? The Series S.
The Series S is the cheapest entry, but is that the way that you want to play? I mean, for little Timmy down the street, he's not gonna give a damn. He just want it.
No.
He know that he can't. He's playing. Hold up. He knows that him playing Roblox and Fortnite on his 1S or 1X or one thing, whatever. He never upgraded to the next system yet. And you want to play Grand Theft Auto, and now you want to play Grand Theft Auto, but you want the cheapest price. It's the Series S. It's definitely the cheapest price for that. Brad does have a point right there, but that's what Xbox has always been baiting on, and this is why I always say that that's what they wanted to do since the beginning of the generation. Once a major game comes out like that, and it gives them a reason to upgrade. The reason to upgrade now is the Series S, because the parents is like, I'm not paying for that Series X. We don't even got a 4K TV. You don't need this big ass box in your room. You don't need all this space. You're only gonna play 2 games anyway. Series S. There you go. I mean, I'm pretty sure Grand Theft Auto is going to take all of the damn space. They do sell a 1 terabyte though, Series S now. So either way, that's a good entry point. So maybe they're getting ready for that. That's good. But that's good for gaming in general, because it's gonna sell on PlayStation. It's gonna sell on Xbox regardless.
It's gonna sell everywhere.
You already have PlayStation out here saying GTA plays best on PlayStation.
It does. They could do that, but Bobby, for the kids, for the people who's like the majority, they're gonna go for the cheapest option as usual. For people like me, Brad, you, and DJ, we're all gonna go for the top.
Nobody has the money to go out and buy a $900 or a $1,000 system at the moment, or even like $15,000 for a computer just to wait for.
Exactly, and shout out for Twitter for gassing it up, because on Twitter they like to gas that stuff up where I just bought a PS5 Pro for GTA. You guys are all suckers. Shout out for them, because they love to do stuff like that, and I'm in real life they probably put that shit on Afterpay or whatever the damn thing is. They ain't paying that shit straight up. They ain't paying that bread straight up, because they not like me now. Mind you, I don't want to get in personal things, but back in the day, up until PS5 generation, up until now, I used to buy everything straight cash, straight up, without anything. And that put me in a bad spot for a while, because I was buying games for $60 and then don't touch it until 2-3 years later. Cough, cough. Shin Megami Tensei 5, cough, cough. There's a whole bunch of games, actually. Triangle Strategy, Astral Chain, Kirby. All these games I brought, even some PlayStation games too, I ain't brought, and I ain't never really get into it. I brought the Order 66 or 220, whatever the damn game is. I brought that $60. I brought Infamous when it first came out on PS4. I brought that never finished. It's many games. I spent my bread. I put my work in for that for the game. Now, but like Brad said, the easiest way to get into the ecosystem now is a Series S. Also, there's rumor might be a Switch 2 version of it coming out. You know how they're gonna feel about that for a Switch 2. Grand Theft Auto is not gonna skip out on the Switch 2. They're not gonna skip out and switch to if Call of Duty's not gonna skip out, which they have an agreement anyway with Microsoft, right? That's another thing. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 is coming out for Switch 2. That's what Microsoft brought to the table. They said that we're gonna make a game for that. That was part of the agreement with the Sony lawsuit thing that they had going on. Call of Duty is not to be touched. It's gonna be multi-platform no matter what. If Xbox wanted to take Fallout and all these games and make it exclusive now, we are way past the threshold. They can do that now if they really wanted to, right? So, but again, GTA 6 is not going to miss out.
We still got a couple more years before they can make it exclusive.
Yeah, it's a couple more years. So Sony's Sony gotta do whatever they gotta do. They're gonna do something. There's always something that's gonna happen. They're not gonna fade away. So we can't say anything about that. But again, Rockstar's not missing that Switch 2 money. The Grand Theft Auto 6 will figure out a way to be on Switch 2 at 30 FPS, and most likely it's gonna be 30 FPS on every single system besides PC. We might see it at 60 FPS, Project Helix, and PS6. That's when we're gonna see. That's when we're gonna see GTA at the thing. What's that? Wait, what was that?
For GTA.
GTA.
They're definitely gonna have it where you can have like a 60 frames or a 30 frames if you do quality.
I don't know if they're gonna do that because no GTA game can't.
They're 100% gonna do that.
Oh, I mean, if they do it, they do it. But I'm just going off of history. GTA has never released on any console at 60 FPS ever.
Yeah, they remastered the PlayStation 5 version and it has 60 FPS.
I'm saying release, like meaning day one. So when GTA 5 first came out, it was at 30 FPS on PS3. That's what I mean.
PlayStation 3 because it couldn't handle it.
Right. So now
You've
we're
seen how it tried out for Skyrim, and Skyrim turned into a mashed potato.
no. I understand that. What I'm saying is they usually go for 30 FPS until they get new hardware, and then they don't go off straight off the bat 60 FPS. Red Dead wasn't 60 FPS when it first came out. Any Rockstar game was never 60 FPS when it first came out.
PlayStation 4 as well. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So maybe they do it different this time.
They released the PlayStation for the PlayStation 5 version. Well, Red Dead 1 runs at 60.
Mm-hmm.
GTA 5 runs at 60.
Newer hardware though.
And,
that's what I'm saying, Bobby.
Yeah, that's what I said for PlayStation 5. That's why I said they're gonna have it where you can play like at 60 for GTA 6. So they're not gonna just release it for 30 because then they'll have to constantly hear all the people on Twitter whining and complaining. I'm not playing GTA. It's only 30.
I don't know if people are gonna even care about that, but I'm not betting against you this time. So you got it. I ain't betting against you this time. So, but yeah. So we got that, and so how do you guys feel about that? I mean, we just talked about it really, so it ain't really nothing else to talk about with that. But Xbox has definitely been on a roll. Nintendo's been on a roll. Besides what we talked about the other day with the tariff situation, and PlayStation has been looking down in the dumps. But again, this always happens online anyway. At any minute, they could be like, "Okay, we're doing this," and then the whole landscape changes. So I'm not going off of that, and we can't be stuck on that. But that's really the gaming news for this week. Xbox took over the gaming news of this week. There's also guys, on Steam. There is a it's only for the weekend. Me and Travis talked about it. It's only for the weekend. It's Metal Gear Solid on Steam. The collection is free for the weekend. So starting on I think either tomorrow or Saturday, it's free for the weekend.
Oh shoot! I'm finna download that.
Yeah, it's only for the weekend, and I think there's gonna be a massive discounted price after the weekend. So shout out to that for Steam for that, and that's how the digital games work, man. They go on sale. They Steam. I love Steam. Sorry, I love PC gaming. And then Xbox is getting into it, so that's cool too. Either way, PlayStation got their ecosystem. I love PlayStation as well. I'm still, no matter what, love Ratchet and Clank and Jack and Daxter and Uncharted, and I love all that, and I love Nintendo as well because they got my favorite franchise of all time, Pokemon. So one of my favorites. So I can't never get rid of that. So you guys go definitely check out that sale. There's gonna be another sale for that. I'm pretty sure those games are on Xbox sale and Sony Summer sale too as well for $10 or $20 for the whole collection. You guys like Metal Gear? You guys like Metal Gear? It's right there. I love Metal Gear, so.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time for Metal Gear.
I don't know about the remake for Metal Gear Solid 3 though. That came out already, right?
Yeah, that one's been out since the beginning of this year.
And you guys like that one too?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yep.
Okay, so that
It was definitely a good remake.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Way too easy, but yeah.
I mean, it's a game that we played already, so.
Yeah, you can literally put classic controls back on if you feel like you want to play it the old way.
All right, so that's all I got for the news this week, really. I mean, there might be some other stuff, but I wanted to bring up this new thing. So, Brad, tell me if you like this. DJ, tell me. Bobby, tell me. So, there's one segment that I'm gonna start adding, and Trav knows because me and Trav talked about it earlier too as well. There's one segment I want to start adding to the NBC Trust podcast at the end, and Bobby's gonna take it away because Bobby's the one that he's the one that knows all the information more than me, and I'll just say it like this, right? So the segment is video games where the villain was right. All right, video games where the villain the whole entire time was right, and I'm gonna start with. This two I'm going to start with real quick, and I'm going to let Bobby go off on a tangent. So, the first game I'm going to say is Mass Effect, the whole trilogy, The Elusive Man. The Elusive Man was right.
No.
I ain't never played.
Just no.
Who here has played Mass Effect?
He's candy, sorry, so-and-so. He traded sides faster than you can spit on his face.
Why? But why did he do that, Bobby? Why?
Because he felt like he's like, yeah, I can't win. I might as well join them.
No. That's not how it went. So the whole point of Elusive Man was to enhance the human.
He didn't believe in the Reapers at first.
He didn't believe in the Reapers at. All right. So look,
he revived Shepard for that reason because Shepard's seen them, and he's the only man who has heard about the Reapers. So they had to revive him.
No. He didn't revive him just because of that. He didn't. He
generally revived him because Shepard knew more about the Reapers and the incoming threat than anybody else did.
He was a symbol of humankind amongst the stars, and that's exactly why. That's exactly what they wanted. No. I don't gotta replay him again. Look, all right. Let me. Hold on, Bobby. The Elusive Man at the end of Mass Effect 2, when you had to fight that stupid fake Reaper that the other people was making, they was trying to make a new Reaper breed or whatever, and you have an option to keep it for mankind or get rid of it in general. The reason why he wanted all of that stuff was, number one, Shepard had the people. Everywhere that Shepard, he's almost like Captain America. All the people was looking towards him for everything. All the humankind was looking towards him for anything, right? And the way that you manipulate the humankind, because you was doing everything for humankind in the first place.
Shepard lost all rights as soon as he got revived because he was already marked for dead.
So that's exactly why Cerberus went and got him.
His Spectre license and they took away his army license.
Yeah, but
he was that's why he becomes a renegade in the second game.
He becomes a renegade at the second game because Cerberus rebuilt him back, and then he didn't have none of the stuff. Yeah, but the thing is,
people couldn't trust him because they didn't know if he was actually genuinely himself or if he was being controlled.
That's true, but they left him exactly intact, and then but the thing is, but you had to do that though, Bobby. You had to do that because if you would have left the Alliance to go ahead and say, well, we're gonna leave this like this and we're gonna leave this like that, then guess what would have happened? He would have never came back. He would have never uncovered the truth, and everybody would be dead. There would have been no Mass Effect 3 because the Reapers would have came in and killed everybody by then. So they had no choice. So truthfully, the Elusive Man was right. They had to bring Shepard back.
No. You have to play those games.
Bobby, I haven't played this game so many times. I don't gotta play it no more.
On him that could help towards this unknown threat that was coming.
If it wasn't for the Elusive Man, the humankind would have fell behind. That was the goal.
Ending of Mass Effect
2. If the Elusive Man didn't bring Shepard back, humankind was gone. That's number one. Number two, he wanted the humans to one up the aliens. You remember what happened though.
Because that's the story. Like you can't have a story without the character. The character is the main plot of why the story.
Yeah, but they made perfect sense though. You had to bring him back because he was the Alliance leader in Mass Effect 1. I played the game, Bobby. I played the game.
You're 100% wrong. I guarantee you on this.
Oh, the Elusive Man brought him back. It was a perfect thing to do. Hold on, Brad. I'm not 100% wrong because the Mass Effect 3. Now, Mass Effect 3.
Of the story from the beginning.
That's Mass Effect 2 we're talking about though, because you
basically have to read the comics. That's how Liara gets in touch with the Elusive Man, which gives him the idea. Is like, oh, I have this what do they call it?
What was Liara? Liara was a shadow broker, right? Remember she became the shadow broker?
Maybe we can get this to work.
No, wasn't Liara the shadow broker?
She became the shadow broker because that was the only way she can get news on the identification of where to find his body, because his body was moved around so many times because some rich guy wanted to have it as a trophy.
And this was in the comics you're talking about. That's what they had in the comic. They didn't have it in the original game.
That's how Elusive Man found out that Shepard can be revived. And
There's-
that's why he sent out the request to Liara Tisoni to go and find it, and why she tried so hard to become a broker to find Shepard's body.
Okay.
Why the Elusive Man didn't have no clue whatsoever about why Shepard needed to be revived.
The elusive man just wanted what's it called? That's what I was
That
saying.
was called the Reapers that can destroy entire entities under like a few years. Then he got scared and literally was like, "We need to revive Shepard. Shepard is the only one who has this information and has any ways we can stop the Reapers."
So he was right. That's what they needed to do.
But the way you describe it was the reason why he became the way he is was because he already had it in his head. No, Elusive Man did not know who Shepard was. He did not care.
All right. So hold on, Bobby. That part didn't matter though. That part didn't matter.
Shepard had the information to get inside.
Right. Okay, but that part didn't matter. The part is that he knew that Shepard had the humans on deck, and he wanted to one up on the aliens. That was it. If you remember in the first game when they had the war between the Taurians and the humans were like losing bad or whatever, however it went way back then. He's been plotting against them aliens from the beginning. Once they found the Citadel and everybody was on that Citadel, all the races and everything like that, the Elusive Man always wanted to one up them aliens from the very beginning. And once Shepard,
You don't hear about the Elusive Man at all until that book.
no, you don't hear about it. But I'm just saying, but like,
You don't hear about Elusive Man, period, in number 1.
no, you don't hear about him until number 2. But he's been plotting on that since before that. That's what I'm saying.
They put that character in because they knew they wanted a fancy actor to play the role.
Oh, come on, Bobby. No.
His act was not even in the game. Like the original guy that was there was the dude that you find as a companion who ran the organization.
So you don't like the Elusive Man?
Elusive Man, and then they changed him and put him as a side DLC character for you when you purchase the game through premium or whatever it was for the DLC version.
Hey, Bobby.
That's why they gave you that extra story lines.
Hey, Bobby. If you had to pick one character to be in Mass Effect, I feel like you would be Elusive Man.
Fuck no. He's a worthless character, homie. Like, he literally turns coat as soon as you say no to him to keep the Reaper. And then he's like, I must side with the bad guys then.
I don't know. Hey, Brad, you ever played Mass Effect? Do you know any history on Mass Effect, Brad?
I'm gonna be honest, man. That was never my jam, man. That's why I just listen to you guys like going at it.
Nah,
Like, so you guys like live and breathe this stuff. Man.
I love Mass Effect. That's my top 5 favorite games.
Plays that game endlessly, non-fucking stop. So if he tells me every point lines into that thing,
I literally platinum all of them.
times,
Besides
I
one.
know the game by heart.
I know the game by heart too.
You don't really know.
I do know the game, Bobby. I do know the game. I definitely know that game.
You're gonna play through it one day and be like, fuck, Bob was right.
Well, Bobby, we still disagree on the fact that they couldn't do nothing better with the story of Mass Effect 3, and we always they couldn't do nothing better. It was a perfect callback.
They made an update to try and fix what they fucked.
I seen that. But what more do you want? There's an alien race that's coming through the whole entire universe, destroying everything. That's been doing it for centuries and centuries.
Destroy the entire human race. Done. They could give us like an unsatisfied ending.
No, they can't. They can't do that, man. This is the whole point of the game is to break the cycle.
They decided red ending, blue ending, green ending. All endings lead the same.
All right, but realistically, Bobby, right? So you have the ending. I understand why you had to do the ending like that, the way it is. As much as everybody wanted it to be a different ending.
Say the red ending's canon. Well, so that means blue.
I don't understand that ending. But you're talking about an alien race that came through the whole universe for centuries and centuries and centuries.
They don't care about the alien race. You're talking about the Elusive Man.
I'm talking about the Reapers. I'm talking about the Reapers. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Reapers. And who made the Reapers? What are the Protheans the ones that made the not the Protheans, the Leviathan, the Leviathan is the ones who made the Reapers. To stop AI. The Leviathans, yes, the Leviathans were the one. Why did they do that? Because people kept making AIs, right, that were smarter than themselves, aka the Geth, and they kept taking over.
Like the Geth was made by the Quarians.
They was made, but that was a fail though.
Slave labor, and it backfired on them.
That's exactly what the Leviathans were trying to stop, making synthetic beings that eventually take over regular material life. That's what
the Quarians were a whole different race. They wasn't trying to take over the entire world. They wanted one major thing that they wanted the most was to take out all the Quarians.
They wanted it. Yeah, okay, but Bobby, the Geth were the signal right there because the things that they made beat them off their home planet.
So it doesn't matter on the Geth. The Geth wasn't the main process of the story, dude.
No, it wasn't the main process of the story, but that was the point. That was the point that they was trying to stop. They was trying to stop synthetic life from making artificial life.
That was in the way. That's all. That's all the Geth was.
Yeah, and the Geth was kicking everybody's ass. They kicked them off the planet.
No, homie, the Geth literally made an entire planet off the original planet, which is why.
But they were still on the original planet.
Their planet got taken over by the Geth.
Yeah, okay, but they was a migrate fleet. They literally was flying through space the whole entire time.
They had to because their planet got turned into a fucking AI dome of.
And that's what the Leviathans was trying to stop.
Yeah, but what does this have to do with the Elusive Man? It has
No, I'm not talking about the Elusive Man anymore. I'm talking about the Geth. Because we talking about the main point of the whole story, how the whole thing. Because we're talking about the ending now.
The storyline is still that one story. The Shepherd is the main key focus of the story.
And his whole purpose is to stop the Reapers.
The key role of stopping the Reapers.
Exactly.
But don't exactly. You were just saying the freaking Elusive Man had everything to do with it.
No, the Elusive Man had to do with him saving Shepherd, which is the main piece to keep the whole galaxy safe. Because if it wasn't for Shepherd, everybody's dead. Right?
No, your argument is you just canceled out your argument.
Oh my God, Bobby.
You're just telling me the storyline from that. You're not seeing any basis that helps you see the Elusive Man was a key figure of this game.
All right, let's move. Let's hold on. Let's move on to the next game. There's one more game we're gonna talk about, and this is a game that I know you feel strongly about, Bobby. Abby was right, and Last of Us 2.
Man, fuck you.
Abby wasn't right, Bobby.
No. Abby was justified to kill Joel, yes, but the whole purpose after that, the entire bloody storyline makes no damn sense. They could have ended it multiple times, but instead, Neil Druckmann wanted to have.
Oh, what happened? We lose him? Yup. Oh, okay, there you go. So Abby was right for killing Joel, but she wasn't right for anything else that transpired afterwards.
It did, like all the stuff that happened during The Last of Us 2, even if you play it in chronological order, like all of it, like the only person in that entire thing that has a right to kill somebody would be Abby. So
Abby killing.
The flaw that that story has is that leaves Ellie to have the right to kill Abby, but instead she goes onto like a warpath, then takes a year off after like freaking telling her girlfriend like.
No doubt, Trev, you good.
After them. And then she chases after Abby yet again to lose her wife or whoever she is to Abby now, just to end up losing a finger and her girlfriend and the baby. Like,
Did she lose? Did they break up at the end?
Huh?
They broke up at the end, or she just never?
Because she told Ellie, if she leaves again to chase after Abby, she's gone. And Ellie was like, "I'll tell." And then she took off, and it's like, "All right."
What would you have done, Bobby?
All the way to California, looking for Abby, because Joel's brother wrote down that some girl saw her going to California, so that's why Ellie goes to California looking for Abby. Then when she finds Abby, she's basically like no muscles, skinny,
Yep, I remember.
dehydrated, and somehow, she doesn't kill her. She just lets her go after her. She bites her finger off and then drowns her in the water for a bit and is like, okay, we're done. I don't need to do this anymore.
So you hated that part.
It made zero sense for the entire story. Like, they could have just ended where Ellie's fine with what's happened, and she killed a pregnant woman that traumas her, and now she just feels like she needs to stay with the girl she likes, and they could have ended there that whole entire reason.
I feel like Bobby should write game stories from now on, though.
He just wanted an extra little sprinkle into the damn thing to make people hate him more. People were like, you didn't give us any satisfaction to even do what we planned to do.
Oh boy!
Like, you literally took the steps to make it pointless, just to be like, oh, now you understand. Revenge is pointless.
Oh God!
What?
Bobby needs to write game stories, y'all. I'm sorry, Bobby needs to write game stories. Just wait till I finish Final Fantasy VIII, because I got some stuff for you too, Bobby.
Man, there's so much shit in Final Fantasy VIII storyline.
I'm understanding it. I'm understanding it right now. We talked about it a little bit. I understand something just dawned upon me when after we talked about that conversation about that, and I seen something, and I now understand something a little more. But I'm gonna wait till I finish the game. It's 10:30 right now, and I'm probably not. I mean, I'm probably gonna hop.
DJ and Brandon went to Mass Effect talk.
Yeah, they dipped off. They don't know. Yeah, the brand he's probably got to go back to work, and then DJ is probably gonna do something else. But either way, so going forward, I like this talk about whether really video game heroes wrong. I'm not gonna agree with Bobby on Mass Effect. With Last of Us. I don't have to play it again. I ain't platinum this game. I ain't platinum the game so many times, Bobby. I'm sorry.
On your Nintendo Switch 2 and you're gonna play it again.
I can't play Mass Effect on Nintendo Switch 2. It gotta be on PlayStation, my Steam Deck, or my PC, or my Xbox. I can't play it on thing. They don't have it. Shout out to Nintendo. Mass Effect, a legendary collection. You might as well put it on Switch 2. It'll work. I don't know how many people are gonna buy it now, unless you got another game coming out that's not a Andromeda. Or whatever they do have another game, but yeah. So we'll see about that. I'm gonna probably try to live stream some more Pokemon Champions later.
And he's gonna play Mass Effect 2 so he can understand.
I understand the whole story of Mass Effect 2, brother. You don't gotta tell me. I understand the whole story. I like Jack more than everybody. I don't want Leora. I don't want Miranda. Leora. So what's that the one? The freaking Justicar. I don't want her. Tally. I might want Tally, but Tally look crazy. Hold up. Trip is in the house. Let's get Trip up in here. Big Trip. What up, Trip? There you go. Go ahead, Trip.
Keep saying reconnect him.
Oh yeah, I'll let it rock out before we dip off. But yeah, so I played that game so many times, Bobby. I don't even need to play that game no more. I understand the Leviathans, I understand the Protheans, I understand what the freaking other ones were, whatever the ones were in Mass Effect 2. That they basically regenerated Protheans. Oh Trip, we can hear you now, Trip. Go ahead, boy. Trip, you good? We can hear you. You good? Think he's playing something right now. Anyways, yeah.
Switch.
Yeah, I hear him. He said we're spoiling the game. DJ, get with the game. The game everybody ain't seen what happened in the game already. Yeah, I mean that's fine. We don't gotta talk about it no more. But anyways, like I said, I know the whole. I played the game. I played that shit to the death, and obviously the first one was the one that I didn't like the mechanics. I know they tried to redo it with the remake on the first one. That game needed a lot of help. I just didn't like the mechanics. Mass Effect 2 was a masterpiece. Mass Effect 3.
Mass Effect 1 was pretty much the staple that you needed to play because that basically housed the story and. Yeah,
that's how the story started. Yep, that's how the story started.
You get a gun that has like an unlimited heat resistance, so you can just fire endlessly.
Yeah, the gameplay wasn't. It was more the story and the choices that you did in the story that really brought it for me. And I like the fact that I can take it from what happened in Mass Effect 1. Like, so for example.
Had a storyline. The only the only one game that actually mattered on the choices that you made was Mass Effect 2.
Well, no. There's some stuff in Mass Effect 1. There's some stuff in Mass Effect 1 that if you did it in Mass Effect 1, it actually helped you in Mass Effect 2. Like, for example, that damn whatever that bug was that was singing.
Yeah, but that bug already gets questioned. Like, you can already pick it in the beginning of Mass Effect 2. So even if you never played Mass Effect 1, you can literally like.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah. That I agree, but I still like the fact that I was able to do it in Mass Effect 1 and bring it all the stuff from Mass Effect 2, with like killing Rex or saving Rex.
Yeah, because remember they added that little comic book section one for the PlayStation 3 version because Mass Effect 1 never came.
It never came out for a PS3, yeah, but it did. It came out. Well, no, it did. It still never came out. They didn't make another one.
It did. Once they released that PlayStation 3 collection version,
it came out. Okay.
They released that PlayStation 4 collection version as well.
Okay.
When it first came out, like it never came out onto the PlayStation 2 because we got Mass Effect 2 the same day it launched for Xbox, and they didn't give us the first game, so that's why for the Mass Effect 2, they had a comic book section where you could pick everything that you've done or you could have done during Mass Effect 1.
All right, cool. So listen, we're gonna end the pod now. For next week's pod, right? Bobby, we got two games. We're gonna talk about Red Dead and was the
Are you sure?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Red Dead, and if wasn't called, it was right. We're talking about Red Dead 1, by the way, and then we have another game. I'm gonna make that surprise.
Red Dead 1. That's why he said spoilers for that one before as well. So
Yeah,
that's why I said we can't talk about spoilers.
All right. Well, whatever. We'll kick him out when we talk about spoilers, but we gotta talk about these game stories and if the villain was right or wrong. I mean, because come on, it's not everybody play that game, but it's your boy Beast. I'm gonna go finish up Final Fantasy 8 because I'm gonna crack Bobby and his analogy theories in one of these days. He's gonna agree with everything I'm saying in a minute. But I'm gonna play Final Fantasy 8. I might hop back on Pokemon Champions later. If I don't, we also got Dragon Ball Fighter Z and Sparking Zero. So because I know the Sparking Zero DLC is coming out. Gears of War, of course, Halo, of course. We gotta get on that eventually. I don't have time to play all these games. I'm so sorry, people. I didn't neglect my Switch for mad long. Now I'm back on Switch. Now I'm neglecting my PS5. Now I'm about to go back on PS5 and Xbox. There's thousands of games that I got under my umbrella that I need to go back and play and do it, but I can't play it all. So eventually we'll be back on it. But again, you guys see me TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, wherever social media platform you would prefer. And we got Bobby here, Mr. Angry Pants with the game stories and the
If you're gonna throw me into the situation of a story and you don't understand that situation of the story, I'm gonna tell your ass.
All right, do your outro, Bobby. Go ahead, bro. Do your outro, Bobby.
I don't even know if I have an outro.
Yeah, how can he probably has an outro after just talking all that shit?
Yeah, my brain is still on Mass Effect War.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back on Mass Effect War too. I'm gonna send you some stuff later.
You're gonna have to replay it again.
Yeah,
Bobby, I'm so sorry. I should have not bet you.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, Bobby don't got no intro. Shout out Trip, shout out DJ, shout out Brand. Everybody didn't know what the hell we was just talking about. Mass Effect. But Yep. My phone's on 1%, so you guys catch me live later, bro. I'm about to go eat and enjoy the rest of my night playing these games. Peace. I'm on Bobby's ass, by the way. So, all right, y'all. Peace, y'all.